Crypto. Quant Network has a circulating supply of 12 million coins out of a maximum supply of 14.88 million, currently trading at almost $129. This project has a market cap of $1.5 billion, and with an all-time high of $428, we could easily 3x from here and possibly make all new all-time highs. Now, one reason why we are interested in Quant, because it is an ISO 20020 coin, meaning it is designed to work well with institutional and the legacy financial system. Now, back in October, we saw a high on KuCoin of about $225 out of this coin, and since then, it's just been kind of coming down, came down as low as $95. Great area to get in on this coin. We were kind of in a rising wedge pattern, kind of broke to the bottom of that, retested our weekly support, came back up, retested that support line, got rejected, came back down, retested our bottom again at around $105, $106. This little yellow box was my recommended buy zone from the last video I made on this. And congratulations to you guys who picked it up from $105 on up to about $115. Now, looking at the weekly indicators that we got here, stochastics are still working their way down. VWAP is this yellow line right here that comes on down, goes into this red. You see we got a bounce there and it's headed to the upside. So we're working on making a lower momentum wave here. And money flow is starting to flow in. So what it's telling me is that we're trying to go up. And as we look at the charts, we can see that we're close to making a breakout. It's going to take this one a little bit of time, but it's in a good position. We're in the middle of a very thick red Ichimoku cloud. And this has a tendency to suck us into it and spit us out on the other side. And the sliver of green that we have here kind of gives us a little confluence to that. So overall, I am looking for a breakout, and I'm looking for us to head toward this level about $176.65. That's a 618 Fibonacci level that we will most likely face some resistance there. Taking a look on the daily, we can see that stochastics are still kind of high. Our MACD and our RSI are in some good places right now. RSI is coming in at 50. That puts us in officially bull territory to help move prices upward. An area that I have to possibly retrace to try to get into this coin, somewhere around $120. We're currently at $129 right now. So if we do get a retrace of these areas, 129, also be looking at this 9-day moving average coming in at about $121, $122. I'm not foreseeing a very big pullback at the moment. But as far as price action on the daily, we came up to the 200, got rejected from that, and we're currently getting rejected from the 100. So chances are we'll come back, retest this 21-day, about $125, and then probably come back and try to retest the 9. Let's move on to the 4-hour, which is getting just a little exhausted, but we still are up on the upside. We're retesting the 200 moving average here, and we're finding some rejection there. We see a thickening of the Ichimoku cloud, and that could mean we could find a rejection and come back and work our way through that. Now, if we do get in this situation, I would be looking at these lower areas we were just mentioning, about 119, maybe even coming back down to 114, 115, and that is definitely a good place to pick up some of this coin. However, if we get enough momentum, and it really all depends on what Bitcoin does. Now, we're heading into the weekend as I'm making this video, so we'll probably get a lot of sideways action through here out of this coin. Maybe a good chance to pick it up a little bit cheaper than what it is now. But the bigger scenario that I'm actually looking at here, if we analyze this closely, it's kind of like a channel. It's kind of like a falling channel, but it's really a falling megaphone. And this 618 area that we have here would be our partial decline if we find support there. So if we find ourselves getting stuck about 125, finding that as support, that would be excellent to give us a boost to break out of this pattern, flip this area from resistance into support, and then we can be looking at some higher targets. One other thing I want to bring to your attention right now is that we are possibly making an inverted head and shoulders. It's lining up extremely nicely. It will not be confirmed until we come back up to this neckline here at 131, about 132. So the situation that you really need to watch is that. Now, that would be flipping this into support. That would be both breaking out this big bullish pattern and also breaking out in this head and shoulders. Now let's go ahead and take a measured move. So for the head and shoulders pattern, we will go to the neckline, go down to the bottom, and it's basically about the same for this whole channel pattern, really. Apply that to the breakout area, and then we get a target of $160. And that is a very, very good move in my opinion. We can take a Fibonacci from the swing high down to the swing low, and we can see that right here at this area about 141, we're going to have a hiccup there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that, and I'm going to turn that yellow because that's how I recognize where my 618s are. And it's also a good idea to look at the 786 level as a possible target. So I'm going to mark that one as a take profit area. But my real take profit area that I'm looking for long term on this is right around the 618 Fibonacci level, about 176, and this 172 area, about 179, 180. These are my main longer term targets. Now looking back at price action, still here on the 4 hour, and see we got a double bottom here confirmed on this weekly support, came back and retested that. For the longer term picture, we can zoom out. Now there is a measured move for a double bottom like this. And we go to its neckline, which would be right here, because we're forming another double bottom. I'm not talking about this one. This one's already played out. This one's already done what it's supposed to do. We're doing this on a bigger scale now. And that neckline would be at our measure move target. So we'll probably find rejection here. Now, usually how this plays out is that it will start flagging out here, come down a little bit, maybe back down to 140 before it goes up, or it could do it above this level. Now, that's a very positive sign. If we come up to 173 and start flagging out here between 173 and 160 in that area, that's an excellent sign for some more upward movement. Potential target for this pattern, which has not fully developed yet, but is more than likely what we are actually doing, would be to take that measured move, put it up here, and take us as a target of $223. And I'm also going to mark that as a measured move. Now, if you notice, that's very close to our previous target. And you remember how we were just talking about the double bottom scenario? Well, this one could be an even larger double bottom playing out just like we saw over here and playing out what we're hoping to see here, a much bigger scale. We won't get too far ahead of ourselves, but we do know that this coin reached a high of $400 to $500. But because this project has a lower supply, it will have a greater demand, and it has a very good use case. So QNT is on my radar, and I do think it's worth having at least one of these in your wallet. Just to recap, we could possibly get a little bit of a pullback this weekend. Anywhere between 115 to 125, I think, is a great price to get in on this coin, in my personal opinion. However, we also do have that very real possibility of completing this inverted head and shoulders and just taking on off and breaking out of here. So a more conservative entry for you guys that don't like to take as much risk. Wait for a confirmed breakout, wait for a confirmed retest of this area about 133. That's a great place to get in. You can set a tighter stop loss here in case it breaks back into this pattern, because we do not want to see that. If it breaks back into this pattern, we could easily see some of these lower areas. Wait for price to bounce, stop loss underneath that low, you're good to go. If this information has been helpful, hit that like, maybe subscribe to the channel, check out our Telegram group. And until next time, my name is Lane, your Crypto Road Dog, reminding you, you got this, baby.
You're getting very wealthy and you like this video. You want to subscribe to this channel because you like it.